The purpose of this video is to show you how to sync your Google Drive with your Smart Learning Suite online. I've spent a lot of time with our SMART representative to try to figure out the issue because it seems like teachers and CCPS are not finding the things in their Google Drive. So after some playing around with this, some of this seems a little bit tedious, but you may need to do these steps to get them to actually sync. So first step is to make sure you are signed out of suitesmarttech.com. So I'm going to go to that, suite.smarttech.com. And this right now is the way that you have been accessing it to get to your graded assignment that you've probably already assigned to kids. This is going to pop up anytime you come in this way. It's because they don't want you to come in this way. In the future, we want to access all of our assignments in Google Drive. We don't want to type in suite.smarttech.com. So if you have this site bookmarked, I would probably unbookmark it to make sure that you're going through your Drive and not through Smart Learning Suite. That being said, so I'm going to be contradicting myself a little bit. Right now, I'm going to go in to let me in anyway. And this is where you are going to see your graded assignment that you probably already assigned to your kids. If you've already shared that student link with the kids, come in this way to access their work because it's not going backwards in time to be able to sync to your account. So we're just going to have to chalk up the first one as an error on our part. And I apologize. We're all learning this together. So when we know better, we do better. And so we'll make sure that this is now synced so that we don't have to come in here again. So I'm going to come up to my face in the upper right-hand corner, and I'm going to click on Sign Out. Make sure that it takes you back to this screen, and then I'm going to totally X out of that. Then I'm going to come to my waffle, and there's a couple different ways that you can do this. And so this is really good to see in the future if you have a notebook file that you want to import into Smart Learning Suite so that students can manipulate and write on it. There's a couple ways that you can do that. So let me just use now to show you because this can be a way that we're syncing our accounts. So I came to my Drive. If I click on this plus for new and I go to more and I scroll down, Smart Learning Suite is an option there. So just to make sure that it's synced, we're going to go ahead and sign in this way. Hopefully this will automatically now sync it to your Google account. And so of course you want to sign in with your CCPS username and password. And for now, just to sync it, we're going to import a resource. So you can pick any PDF, you can pick any notebook file and click import that resource. I'm going to just get one from my Google Drive. You can choose any notebook file or PDF or anything that you already have. So I'm just going to go where I know that I have a notebook file. And notice when I click on that, it's now telling me this file will be added to your Google Drive. Our Google Drive is now synced with Smart Learning Suite. People were telling me that they didn't see the click path on here when it was making copies into your Google Drive. So once you go through this way, that's one way that we know that it's imported with something that's not a graded assignment that really doesn't matter. So I'm going to actually come out of there right now. I told you there was another different way that I could do that to make sure that it's synced. So I'm back in my Drive. And if I come to the waffle and I scroll all the way down the bottom, you can see Smart Learning Suite there. And again, these are two different places that you can create something new of your own. So if you want to do any practices, maybe with flex groups or anything like that, this is where you could, again, import a notebook file. And so for now, again, I'm just asking that you find something that's already in your Google Drive just to make sure that it's synced up. And this time, I don't know, I'm going to just click on a document. And you can see it's saying this file will be added to your Google Drive. So right there, thumbs up. It now looks like our Smart Learning Suite and our Google Drive are now synced. So I know that you have already done this for the first graded assignment. So I'm going to just go to graded assignment number 2, and I'm just going to pretend that I'm a 3rd grade teacher. So when I click on this link, you'll see this save to SLS online. So again, I'm going to make sure that I click on that link. Now it's showing you the click path. So it's showing you that it's going into my Smart Learning Suite folder, and this is what it's calling that. You can always reorganize this later on and move these graded assignments to where you want them to show up in your drive, but it will show you where it's putting that now that our Google Drive is synced with our Smart Learning Suite. I'm going to click Edit the Lesson, and because I'm pretending that I'm a third grade teacher, I'm going to pretend that I'm teaching 2 different math classes. I know some people teach 3. But I'm going to come up in here. You can see that it automatically puts me into an editing mode. And I might call the first copy that I put in here Berg's Homeroom. And so I know that when I finish editing and I come up to these 3 lines, this share link that I'm getting, the student access link, I'm only giving that to my homeroom because you don't want all 60 kids showing up in one copy of the assignment. So then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get out of here, and then I'm going to click on this grade assignment number 2 one more time for my second class. And maybe this time I'm going to save it as the other homeroom teacher. So again, you can see this click path. It's showing that it's putting another copy into my Smart Learning Suite. I want to edit the lesson. And maybe my partner's name is Mrs. Weaver, and I teach her class math. So maybe I'm going to call this Weaver's Homeroom, and then finish editing and get the share link for students that I'm only going to share for Mrs. Weaver's homeroom in my Google Classroom. That will at least alleviate having 60 kids showing up in one assignment. So now when you go to score it, you do not want to go to suite.smarttech.com. You're going to come in through your drive. Okay, so when I come here, I'm going to look for my Smart Learning Suite folder. And for some reason I have 2, I'm not really sure why, but I know that it's in this folder here. So when I click on that, you can see Berg's Homeroom, grade 3 assignment, Weaver's Homeroom. So when I go to score them, I'm going to right click on that. I'm going to click Open with Smart Learning Suite. I'm going to click on the students, go to the next page, and then click Student Progress, and any students who started this will show up there. So you should not have a need to go through suite.smarttech.com moving forward. Now, if you're in the process right now of scoring your first graded assignment, you are going to need to do that. And every time you come in and log in through suite.smarttech.com and you choose this Let Me In Anyway instead of going to your Google Drive, you're going to have to redo the steps that I just showed you by either going to your waffle and connecting that way again, or adding something new and pretending you're adding something there so that it syncs your Google Drive again. Because every time you click this Let Me In Anyway, it's unsyncing your 2 accounts. So I apologize that we didn't do this ahead of time. We've had to troubleshoot this issue. We were told that it would do this automatically, and it's not. So we do apologize, but just know that if you're scoring your first grade assignment and you're choosing this Let Me In Anyway, you have to go through all of the steps in this video again, starting with the next graded assignment to make sure that they're synced. Please reach out to me if you have any questions. I will be happy to help you. Have a great day, and thank you for everything you're doing.